Okay, good morning to you. It's Thursday, September 22nd, 2016. Look at some currency charts for this morning. Overnight, the US yen was higher, and also the pound. I like the pound along this pair and short, long that pair and also long US Japan also. Buy-in weakness is how I look at it. I like the pair long pound yen too. All right, take a quick look here. All right, now we have Brazil. All right, as this is going higher, their equities are going higher. Okay, this is somewhat helpful for their economy because their currency is weaker. Okay, but as we've seen here, since the beginning of the year, it's basically rolled over. So it's making their currency is stronger. They can import more. It makes their exports more expensive. Olympics are over. In theory, this would be unwinding of the emerging market trade. We can look at Mexico too when I go through the indexes. I expect that pair to trade lower. Here we have the Canadian dollar. I said this pair rises, oil would go down in theory, and if this pair weakens, oil would be stronger. Okay, basically have a sideways trade for right now, and we have an outside bar here. As I mentioned, I like the long side of oil, and oil's up another 40-50 cents this morning. We're reaching an area that we either go to 47 or we go and work our way back down to say 41. So we need another dollar higher or so to get this thing to turn, and then play the odd numbers, 47, 49, 51, then like 53, 54. Let's see if I drop this down. Okay, you can see it rolled through. Right here is a Fibonacci, and it's coming into one now, about the round number, about 130. Also moving averages. You can see it a little bit clearer on here. Right now, I'd focus on oil for right now. Dollar was a little weaker overnight. Trying to bang out a bottom here intraday. Colombian peso, same thing with the emerging markets. I expect some unwinding in the emerging markets here. Dollar Mexican, working on a bigger blow-off. As you can see here, moving averages in that. What we're looking for, okay. What you'd want to see is a pretty huge bar, take out multiple time periods on a reversal. And as you can see double top up in here. We're getting somewhat of a rollover right now. I mentioned this morning to save on powder just in case this jabs below and moves higher. But as of right now, I would say what we're getting here, even if you draw a trend line, let's see here. All right, it's kind of a rough one here. Okay, loses the trend line here, but we're working on this whole big move here. So you have an area here that would find support. You can see how far off the price was to the moving averages. Okay, and outside here, the shaded part is Bollinger Bands. So what could be happening here as I drop it down further is working on the longer, that last leg up kind of trend. Let's see here. Okay, so here you have a move up off the moving averages up. So we're pulling back on here, possibly 1940 area for today. You can see use the upper Bollinger Bands here as a support level for this. Say this is a wave 3. It should have a relatively shallow pullback. But what I like is that the double top up there. That's a good reversal here. Around 1990. Okay. Set an alarm. 1975-ish, 1976. And then 55 would be nice here. Try to get, okay, and that's 80. All right. This is one of the few days actually where price is actually coming down overnight. We've had mostly a run up into the open. But this is, I like this right now as an anchor point. We also saw that in the British pound and then also in oil. There's another one too, right? Stronger oil prices, stronger Mexican peso, stronger Canadian dollar. British pound, I like this on the long side just due to the fact that the commitment of traders report, they have been clearing up some of the shorts. I still keep hearing talk about 120, which is fine, but working back the other way. 300-point range approximately or so. We're narrowing again. Took out the top, didn't swipe back in a hurry. Usually it comes back quickly. You also could have Thursday and Friday up days and make possibly a bear flag. Okay, you could see some divergence here on your MACD on the setup, money flow, and your choppy RSI. So I would look for your RSI here. Let's get rid of those. Come back. All right, relative strength on the pullback. I'm gonna say that these are anchors here, and it should hold. So you want to try and support the 130 area again. We're about 60 away from it, and then any follow through on the upside, you want to take it. Oh, one more. Let's see here. Okay, you can see a small bear flag here. All right. Alarm about what's that? 130.20. Okay, British pound. Euro, like I mentioned before, like it on the downside. Dollar goes higher, euro gets sold off. It's the biggest part of the basket, dollar basket. As of for right now, though, In Europe, um, where we have here, about 113 on the upper end here. A lot of wicks up here. Possible. It's moving with their equities and also British pound, and that dealt with the dollar being weaker overnight. Figure it'll probably stop somewhere in this area here. Okay. That one's possible head and shoulders on here too. Back down to there when you break it down. One more day would be one more day, I think, is what for bull flag? Where were we here? Or bear flag? Yeah, one more day here. 3 days, right? Yeah, okay. So you get kind of a 3-day pullback. We're still stuck in this area. Sideways channel could be distribution. And then lower. That is kind of nice up there though, huh? Danish kroner, short term looks like it's going to turn up for a little bit. Same principle, possible head and shoulders here, shoulder, head, shoulder. Or double top, I guess, too. Series of lower highs, sell any rally. This one is going to come down, stronger oil. They left their interest rates the same. Norway, possible shoulder, head, shoulder here. Russia, I mentioned before, something's going to have to give here. You have a long sideways. Okay. And this is one of the yielders, so you collect the interest on the short side. You can play this US or South African rand versus the yen and collect that way too. Interest. Sweden. I wonder if this one's going to roll over here. I'll have to keep an eye on that one. I don't play it much. You can play, I think you can get access to Sweden, Norway, Sweden pair. All right, Swiss franc looks like it's going to pull back on here. I like the long side. Anything it gives me, I'll take it. Turkey, this one looks like it's coming down too. Aussie dollar, you can see it rolled up and this moving average is holding for right now. It also has commodity prices. You can set an alarm under here. And also watch your pairs of Euro, odd, Australian dollar, and New Zealand, Euro, New Zealand, and British pound, odd, and British New Zealand here. On this swing, you could have a inverted head and shoulders here type of thing also. Like I said, I like the short side of this thing here So any type of bounce. A series of lower highs. Took out the red. So try for the green. Crossover. The retest of the moving average short. Green, somewhere around 80. Add to the short there. New Zealand, basically the same thing. You can see it's wiki. It's already hit. The Aussie New Zealand pair moved up a couple hundred basis points, took profits on it. But the short side of the New Zealand here. India looks like it may come down too. So I think we're going to get an unwind of this emerging markets. Yeah. Looks like it's headed lower. Japanese yen, we like the long side. Clearing 104 sets up the door. 106, 108. You know, play the evens here. On the downside. Okay, pausing here at a Fibonacci level. All right. So clearing 102 again, and then 50% here. Can't rule out a jab here, but if people are looking for it, it doesn't develop, I would expect this to run through hard the other way. Remember, we have Tuesday's trade in the Commitment of Traders report. Oh, break this one down further here. Okay. Kind of did the full circle again, so we're back to that. Like, we ran it on the way up. We're back down to this here. So 120 area. Okay, moving averages support. For right now, next move would be 101.40, which would be interesting run here. That'd be another 80. And there you can see the levels. Any pullback I'm interested in buying, and then place a stop, buy stop above it, and move. Then move your stops up. Beautiful. Korean won. Nice little pattern here. Might want to take this long. Try for the moving average here. Whoops, too many arrows. Interesting here, narrow pattern. Yeah, neat little long side here. Give it a shot. It's thin though. Does look like it's going to come on down though, doesn't it? The ringgit lower. Okay. If we have the EEM unwind, it's possibility of the same thing like a long-term capital management. That's how the Thai baht started it all there. Singapore dollar, head, shoulder, or shoulder, head, shoulder, and does look like down. The end of the year, just a miserable year for the funds if these emerging markets just unwind. And that's the end of that. So I'll leave you at that. We'll take a look at commodities.